Tomfoolery, we have not discussed much of anything past Throne of Darkness talk now. And I should play Throne of Darkness on the stream sometime if I can make it work.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's the problem, though. I think when I was looking at the Amazon requirements...
Made for Windows 98, so...
Yeah, I think 2000's the highest it goes. Or at least that's what they were claiming. Let's see here. Where was it? There it is, Amazon. Windows NT 98, 2000, and 95.
Yep.
So yeah, 2000 would be the highest it normally would play on.
Man, Windows 2000 Professional, now there was an operating system.
Yeah, I had that on my old desktop.
I liked 2KP. I stayed off updating to XP for as long as I could. Because I didn't like the look of it. No siree.
Let's see here. I went from 98 SE to 2000 Pro. And then, yeah, I believe at some point I ended up going to XP, I think when I rebuilt my computer at some point. And then, desktop-wise, that was the highest I ever did. Wasn't until I got my laptop, what was it, 3 years ago now? Yeah, 3 years ago that I went to Vista Home, and then when I went to school, about a year and a half later, I finally got the laptop that I'm using now, and that is Windows 7.
Finally escaped Vista.
Honestly, I didn't have issues with it. But, you know, personal opinion.
Your personal opinion is as shit as the OS. Vista is objectively bad. There is just no defending the design choices that Microsoft made with that operating system.
I'm not defending it, I'm just saying I've never had an issue with it. But, anyway, I'm on a 7, so...
As you
all
should.
Good. I'm probably not going to upgrade to an 8 until, I don't know, a couple years from now.
Please wait for 9, I was about to say. I mean, we've learned the hard way that every other operating system...
just as crap?
Yeah, that's the Microsoft rule. One good, one bad, one good, one bad. It's never failed.
That's true. 95 was bad, 98 was good, Millennium was bad, 2000 was good. But then you get the double skip, because after 2000 it was XP and then Vista, wasn't it?
No, let's see, because... Isn't it in the other order? Because you have NT between 98 and 2K. And Millennium was actually released after 2K Professional, because that was released in...
Oh,
sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't...
And I mean, Millennium is so bad that Microsoft themselves don't admit that they made it.
Yeah, no, that one's
it's been completely, you know, washed clean from digital history, more or less.
Oh dear.
I can
It's
understand.
like Millennium? What's that? Well, I don't even know the EOS.
I don't even know what you're talking about. But yeah, I had a friend whose mother bought a computer that came with Millennium and Panda antivirus. And it turned out like only 1 or 2 of the games he owned would actually run on the damn thing.
Because nothing was designed for it.
Yeah. Broken from the bottom up. That was sad, really. Ah, goodness.
It's not a point of sale, Lupus.
I think he is referring to piece of shit.
I know, I'm making a joke, though.
I know, and you needed someone to carry it. Because remember, people on YouTube can't actually read the stream chat, so the joke doesn't actually come across.
That's true.
That is the thing about
forgetting.
that's the thing about streams. You actually have to go one step beyond if you're recording it for posterity. Houston the Ice Steed. Oh god, no, no, talking antiviruses dubbed in Swedish. Ah. I am so glad that my Avast version has kept to my English setting, because if that shit started talking Swedish to me, I would probably just smash my hard drive with a hammer.
Avast antivirus database updated.
Oh yeah, well fuck your shit, how was that?
That's almost as bad as what one of my friends has on their, on their Mac. It's just somebody who tells some voice that tells them the time every 15 minutes. So.
The time is now.
Arthur.
Too late for you. Ha, ha, ha.
You know, I actually would sit there and go, well, if it's my time, my time, because the computer voice is awesome enough to tell me.
Yes, a skull pops up on the screen, animated as it's laughing. And now Panteras has pushed out another wonderful piece of fan art, and it's a good day to horse haul. That is pretty great. I like the scar in particular. That scar is pretty badass. Someone has tried to slit the throat of the horse, probably to slaughter it, and he's not today. And it smashes the guy's face in with a tire iron.
Yes.
Badass horse.
That is awesome, Panter.
It's the best day to horse hard. I wonder how many people I randomly confuse on Twitter.
Well,
I'm sure
that's partly
all
what
of
it's
them.
for, isn't it?
This is true.
Yes.
I'm not feeling guilty.
It's bloody hilarious.
I like confusing people.
Well, sayonara Nanta, you've been good, I guess. Shit. I'm not even attaching any emotion or memory to these horses at this point. I've so many have passed before me. I'm like a butcher just chopping the head off chickens. I don't care what the chicken was called, what farm it's from. I don't give a damn. As long as they shut up and stop running around and let the blood flow onto the floor, I don't care.
Well, it's fine. Another horse will soon take its name and appearance.
Very true, sadly.
It will return.
Right, so... how are we doing for horses? We have one level 3, one level 4, and one level 2. So we need to train up another level 2. Breed in level 3. Then we should be good.
2 and 2 will make a 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 5. Good, yeah. Just one more and then just train everyone up.
Let's see if we can find a muscular level 2 horse. Robbie!
Oh.
Montura de Hielo, Robbie! Sounds like a Spanish dub for an anime.
Oh, Ruby?
Just the title and everything. So I don't know. Doesn't mesh well, does it? Right, Tina, off you go onto the forest track, as usual. God.
You know, I'm going to have to ask the question that I'm not sure. Actually, was weather at all brought up in the very first stream of this?
The weather?
Yes.
I think I touched on it shortly and wondered if it actually made any difference to whether or not whether a horse would win at the races, for example, if it's element matched or something, but no.
Not that you can tell?
Purely cosmetical from what I can tell.
Okay.
And it only seems to make any difference when you have that overview of the farm. Because if you're training or something, the weather doesn't seem to change very much.
No, it's just, sometimes there's snow in the background, sometimes there's grass, sometimes there's just a dark void sucking at your soul. No one really cares.
Yeah, I think it's only in your head.
This game only exists in my head. I went insane years ago.
I think you went insane after the Neo Geo library run, Arthur.
Let's play some more fighting games.
No.
Oh, hey, it's the same characters as last time. Imagine that. If only I had been good at fighting games, then those streams would actually have been amusing. No.
Well, I think to some people, it's amusing to watch you just fail horribly. Others, it's painful to watch because you just suck at games so horribly. I don't know. To each their own.
Yeah. But as mentioned, I actually used to be pretty decent at King of Fighters back when, I cared about King of Fighters as a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, fighting game skills are one of those things that if you stop playing fighting games for 10 years, which is basically what I did,
you will lose it.
Yeah. And besides, I'm getting old. I don't have the reflexes anymore.
I'm sure if you trained and practiced...
Well, I did prepare a bit for the Guilty Gear thing, so I did play on very hardest bridges, and I did finish the arcade mode a few times.
There you go.
So, I mean, I can win at fighting games. It's just that I can't win at fighting games if I switch between fighting games with 20 minutes between them for 3 hours.
That sounds a bit hard then, yeah.
I mean, hopping into a arcade fighting game where you have no idea what the controls are, no idea what the moves are, and there's no move list in the game, and then you're just desperately trying to make sure to show off all the characters as quickly as you can. The skill moment of the thing will suffer slightly.
Oh no, horse of random name. You bumped your head.
That's okay. His eyes shows that he's already dead inside.
I thought that's what the nightmare horses were.
The nightmare horses are... I mean, the demon horses are actually the only ones that sort of look like they're awake. I mean, the Pegasi look like they're really angry because they have, these black eyeshadows and their eyebrows are forced down. Ice steeds, the eyes just, they look like they don't even have eyes. It's like the eyes have sunken into their heads and died because they just this solid bluish white.
Or they can just be that the whole, anime is so powerful they have nothing but white eyes.
I have reached a point in strength where I roll my eyes 180 degrees in my head. Yeah. Well,
I actually just started watching the Asuras Wrath LP, because I've always been curious about the game.
Did you know, TM, that Asuras Wrath are made by the same people who made the Dot Hack games and Tail Concerto?
Dot Hack games? Yes, I did recognize the CC, or Cyber Corporation. No, Cyber Connection, excuse me. Yeah. I did recognize them, and yeah, I do know they were the Dot Hack makers. Did not know the other part, though.
Yep. So first they made games about cute furries running around being cute, and then they made Asuras Wrath, because why the fuck not? A game with a QTE to look away from boobs.
Oh dear.
Come on! But yeah. If there's one game that Anita Sarkeesian should look at in her video series, it's Asuras Wrath, because holy shit. That fucking game. It's like how much sexism and hypermasculinism can be forced into one 6.5 hour campaign.
All of it.
All of it.
The thing I always one of the things I found amusing, though, was, watching the first video. The video length is like 20 minutes, or 22 odd minutes. Basically the average length of a anime episode, which is what they were going for. The actual time of gameplay that was you controlling and not cutscenes was like a minute and a half.
Yep.
It's like, wow. I know it gets better as time goes along, because that was just, epic cinematic start of the game, but still.
It honestly doesn't get much better, though.
No, I think the most recent episode was again 21, 22 minutes, and it only had like 6.5 minutes of gameplay. At least according to its in-game timer.
Yep.
Good old interactive movies, right?
Hell yeah. Bring back the full FMV adventure games.
Oh god.
They did so well first time around, right?
Dragon's Lair, I want to say Space Ace, I think its name was.
Hell yeah.
Those two were actually one of the most prominent ones. I mean, full animated games.
I mean, they were playable Don Bluth movies. I mean, come on. At the time, that was pretty rad.
What was really funny, though, did you know, TM, did you know, that if you actually owned a Laserdisc player, you could pop in the games into your Laserdisc and watch the game play start to finish as it's supposed to be played, and then afterwards get to see all the death scenes.
Yep, because that is the order they were on the disc.
And depending on what you did in the buttons, it basically told it where to go, be it to the death scene or to the next actual game scene.
And there are actually DVD games like that these days, which is hilarious.
One of the weirdest and scariest things that have happened to me was when I took the Quake CD and put it in a CD player, because I used to put DVDs and CDs of data into it to get this noise, and then suddenly there was this beautiful music, and I was like, have I gone mad? But it just doubled as a music CD too, that played the music from Quake when you put it in a normal CD player.
Typically with discs like that, the first track on it is considered the data track, which is where all the data is, and that's where you'll get all just that ear-grating, staticky noise. But if you move to the second track and beyond, then it's actually set up like a normal music CD. There are several games out there that were like that, actually.
Yeah, but
my personal favorite was in the PS1 and Saturn era, where you would put the CD in and one of the characters from the game would say, "You moron, this is not a music CD, it goes in a console."
Actually never ran into any of those.
Symphony of Tonight has a really good one. Alucard is basically informs you that this disc is not meant for a music player. You will need a PlayStation 1 CD-ROM system.
Is that the first track?
Yep, it plays if you just put the CD in a music player and press play. There is one soundtrack, basically. But the thing is that I believe that you could actually access some hidden musical tracks as well. So there was actually a reason to put it in a music player, because you couldn't get to those in the game unless you unlock the music test.
Oh.
I wouldn't be surprised if, they did those as, deterrence, quote, quote, to stop people. But at the same time, if you went, say 2 tracks ahead, you got the warning message saying play in a PS1 only, then you got your data track, and then from there on, from 3 beyond, is actual music.
Let's see, it seems that Nekomata has linked to a video of it in the stream chat. So people can have a look at themselves. Or have a listen, should I say.
And we're trying to figure out what it is. Secret audio track is what it is. So I'll just let that go.
Let it go.
I'm going to have to refresh the page now because I did that. I swear to God, the way, at least for me, it's set up, it is at its smoothest. The video is at its smoothest when the page is fresh. The second I try to type something, it slows down a little because Chat 2 is, or Chat Tango, excuse me. Chat Tango is now active, quote, quote, for whatever reason. And then if I try to do any video links like that one, it slows it down even further.
Welcome to the wonders of Flash players in modern web browsers, I was about to say.
So, sometimes I try, especially when I'm talking on Skype, I try not to chat, because then I can see the smoothest video.
Yeah, you don't want to miss any of this wonderful horse jumping action.
Maybe I don't care too much, but at least it's smooth. It does grate on me when it starts skipping a lot of frames. Bugs my eyes. That's all I can say about it.
Eulalie. What is with these names?
Is that French? Or what?
Eulalie, I suppose, yeah, it's probably French in some way, maybe. It's not Swedish, I know that much. Because in Swedish it's AlAwliya. It's one of those names that were popular like at the end of the 19th century, and you still had people alive in the 1910s and 1920s that were named that. Since that, though, no one. I refuse to believe that there is a single child in the last 5 years that actually was named AlAwliya. If there is, I feel so horribly sorry for them.
Yeah, it sounds very old. But names tend to go in waves like that and return after a while. When people have forgotten the horrors of them.
In 2020, everyone will be Adolf.
Oh yes. Probably. Considering how many games there are about this Adolf person.
Who is that guy anyway? And that is entirely correct, Anna 9875. At least it's a better name than Aragorn. On the other hand, quite a few children were named Aragorn in the mid-2000s.
I feel sorry for them.
Yeah.
Why would you? They're all born to be kings.
They were named because somebody thought the name was cool. That's it.
Well, at least they're not Sephiroth Cloud.
That is true. Or they're not...
Or Dovahkiin.
Or...
Oh yes, there are people named Dovahkiin.
Yep, because Bethesda actually had a competition where if you named your child Dovahkiin, you would get all future Bethesda software games for free.
Yeah, and it had to be born on the right day.
Yeah.
What is it, on the day it was born, or...
Yeah, it had to be born on the 11th.
Yeah, on the release day.
And if you named it Dovahkiin, they would be very happy. And you would have to be ashamed for the rest of your life.
I was about to say. Fucking gamer parents. They're like, oh man, free games, let's just doom our child to be bullied to shit for the rest of his life.
I wonder if it was alright to name it Dovahkiin and then, like, 2 weeks later be like, oh, right, we're going to change the name now.
Yeah. That's actually what I was thinking. If for some god-awful reason I ever did that happened to me, it's like, you know what? Let's know him. If we can name him Dovahkiin, present the birth certificate, and be set for life in Bethesda games, and then quickly change it afterwards.
Yeah.
So he's not bullied the rest of his life.
This is Bethesda. They're famous for having some of the most active lawyers in gaming. I bet your ass that it says specifically in the contract for the winner that if the child's name changes, you forfeit the prize. It's that easy. It's breach of contract.
More than likely.
But I really look forward to the Dragonborn DLC because I really think running around in a library where the walls are made of books is a wonderful place to be.
You know, I really haven't looked at the DLC for Skyrim since it came out. I mean, I played it. It's okay, but my problem is I did all the side questing stuff pretty much before I did the main quest, and it's just like,
but the
okay, what now?
Main quest in Elder Scrolls games are terrible. Why would you ever do the main quest?
Oh, I did it just for the sake of figuring out what the hell all this hubbub was about, and I finished it and was very unsatisfied at the end. It's just like, okay, have a nice life. Wait, what?
Good work, bro.
Well, it's better than in Fallout 3 or what it was. Then when you had finished the main quest, you weren't allowed to play the game anymore.
No, said the radioactive immune super mutant. This is your job.
Yeah.
Fuck your shit.
I was going to say...
The last thing I will do before entering that room is shoot you in the head until I'm sure that you are dead.
Yes.
I want to say the canon ending is you sacrifice yourself, but hell if I know.
It was until the DLC rolled around.
Yeah. Because that's the thing that always got me. It's like, wait a minute. If I kill myself in this chamber, how the hell am I going to do stuff like, you know, go to the pit in Pittsburgh or whatever?
I personally find it more interesting the fact that the main character is 16 years old. Congratulations dying from horrific radioactive disease as a 16-year-old virgin, asshole.
That is true. That is very true.
What I do in Elder Scrolls, both in Morrowind and Oblivion and Skyrim, is that I walk around, join the Dark Brotherhood if I can, kill everyone and steal their food. That's pretty much what I do.
I think in Oblivion and maybe Morrowind, food was actually a viable thing, but why the hell would you steal food in Skyrim?
It's just what I do. Yeah, in Oblivion, if you just took food, or bought food and made potions of them, the ingredients could cost 2 gold, and you got 26 for every potion, and then more. So that was the best way to make money. You could get all the money.
That's fine.
Gold.
And that's fine that way as a way of making money because it has a use. Skyrim, it has no uses.
No, and if you clicked the button too quickly, it didn't make real potions. You got name potion with no effects.
Wow.
It was amazing. I used to collect those name potions. It was great.
Because, would it still be worth? It was still worth the same. And you could have name potion with no effect worth 250 gold. It was amazing. And what about its weight? Did it still have weight?
Yeah, it had weight. It was
half a pound or something.
Yeah, 1 pound or 5 or something. It was really little.
It was the standard potion weight.
Yeah.
Though. Okay. I just wasn't sure if it glitched out horribly or if it's just the fact. Okay.
It was just unnamed and had no effects. Oh no, those... Oh, poor horse. Why did he do that?
It gave up. That's why.
Yeah, it just gave up.
Fuck this shit. Ah!
It reached its breaking points.
The physics in this game is amazing.
Yeah, I don't even know why they decided to add physics. They probably just flung one of those, really, really terrible Russian physics engines in there that tries to compete with Havoc in Eastern Europe by being so cheap. that people pick it up anyway. But speaking of potions, though, my favorite potion recipe in Oblivion is wedge of cheese plus cheese wheel.
Doesn't that get you a full wheel of cheese?
Nope, it gives you a fire resistance potion.
Oh.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you basically take the wedge of cheese, see? And you put it into the slot in the wheel of cheese. And then it magically transforms.
Brain.
This is how it works, see?
I know. I've got the answer. Fuck you, it's magic.
It's not,
Oh,
though.
it's always
It's
magic.
alchemy. It's applied chemistry.